Thanks for stopping by the MinnesotaBlack RobeRegiment channel. I want to encourage you to interact, agree, disagree, let me know your thoughts. Civility is a must. I've been saying this more and more with every video. I just absolutely will not tolerate incivility, threats, insults. Not going to delete those things. I will use them to embarrass you if that's the direction you want to go. I will call you out by name. I will find you on social media, and I will expose you. Leftist, rightist, Marxist, conservative, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to tolerate insults. I'm not going to tolerate threats, name calling, all of that stuff. Gone. And I'm guilty of doing that myself from time to time. So that's where we're at right now. This video today, as you watch it, I want you to be aware that I get that some people can have different definitions of certain things. What we don't get to do is overuse a term. So it's been said a lot in the last few years that the term Nazi, the term racist has been thrown around just a ton, to the point where it's almost become laughable and indefensible, and it lacks meaning. So what term am I going to use today? I'm going to be talking to you about the phrase or title hero or heroes. Now, I've done a little bit of a commentary on this several months ago, but I want to bring it up again because it's really relevant to a lot of what's continuing to happen across the United States, but especially here in the state of Minnesota. So what am I talking about? Talking about our esteemed Commissar Walls. Our esteemed Commissar Walls has decided that he is going to refer to educators as heroes of this pandemic. So this is the status right here. I'm going to highlight it. Not that anybody can't read it, but I just feel like it's a good thing to highlight. Our educators are heroes of this pandemic. We must do everything we can to keep them safe. We've allocated 15,000 vaccines for vaccination events at the Roy Wilkins Auditorium for educators, school staff, and child care providers. Schools will work directly with employees to secure an appointment through these pilot clinics. Child care programs are randomly selected and will be notified if vaccines are available. Now, I commented here, and that's, to be expected. I like to comment on Governor Walz's updates. I'm not a troll, but I do enjoy the cognitive dissonance of people when they respond to me with insults and unfactual, untruthful insults directed at me about my character and my intelligence. So as you can see here, I say, stop using the word hero or heroes for everything you dolt. It cheapens truly heroic actions. Teachers aren't heroes. Healthcare workers aren't heroes. Grocery store workers aren't heroes. Cops and firefighters and EMTs aren't heroes. Long-term care center workers aren't heroes. A person isn't a hero for literally doing the job they signed up for. And it certainly isn't heroic to do your job from the confines of the safety of your home. And Governor Tim Walz, you are not now, nor have you ever been, a hero. I'm going to start off with this. Why did I add that last piece? As a veteran of the United States Armed Forces, as a veteran of the United States Army, I took an oath, and I've mentioned this many times, to defend the Constitution and the United States from enemies both foreign and domestic. Was that heroic? No. It wasn't heroic. Nothing about me being in the Army in and of itself made me a hero. The vast majority of people in the United States military now are not heroes. Do I respect them? Absolutely. Do I applaud their willingness to be put in harm's way? Yes. Does that make every single member of the military a hero? No. And a genuine military member, a service member, is not going to consider themselves a hero for what they do. Governor Walz has been hailed as a hero for many things in the last year. One, he's a hero for doing the hard things, making the hard decisions that needed to be made to protect Minnesotans from this virus. It's not heroic. What he's done has not been heroic. People have hailed him as a hero of the military because he spent so long in the National Guard. That's not heroic. Being in the National Guard is not heroic. It's a job. It's part of your career. It's not heroic. Law enforcement officers, EMTs, and firefighters, they're not heroes simply for the sake of the job that they do. What would make a firefighter or an EMT heroic would be, let's consider there's a call for a person down in a neighborhood, and there's active gunfire. And instead of waiting for law enforcement to clear the scene, a firefighter or an EMT says that person is clearly wounded and they're down and they're going to die. I am going to go and help them right now. And I'm going to run into the face of gunfire, knowing that there's a very high likelihood that I'm going to die or be severely injured. That is a heroic act. Simply being an EMT does not make them a hero. And the same can be said for law enforcement. Simply being in the career field of law enforcement doesn't make you a hero. It just doesn't. Being a career member of law enforcement doesn't make you a hero. It just means it's your career. And the vast majority of people within law enforcement are never going to do anything that would be even border on heroic. And when we use terms like hero to describe teachers who are doing the job that they've been hired to do, we've downplayed what it means to be a hero. If teachers are heroes because they're teaching from a classroom that's empty, or they're at home and they're teaching from that classroom, or in a virtual classroom, in a virtual academy, they're not heroes. They're sitting at home, relatively safe and secure from any exposure to a virus. And quite frankly, they're hiding. Hiding does not make you heroic. Okay, period. It doesn't make you heroic. So here's what I'll say. Are there heroic teachers? Absolutely. I think we've seen that in situations during school shootings where there have been teachers who have shielded their students from gunfire by throwing themselves in front of the assailants. We have seen teachers who have taken hard stands and said, hey, there's something going on in this school that needs to be addressed and fill in X, a culture of bullying, a culture of sexual assault, a culture of abuse of students by certain faculty, whatever the case might be. That can be heroic if it means great personal sacrifice to them. However, teaching during COVID doesn't make you a hero. And I have friends who are teachers. So I want you to understand this. This is not an insult to them. Just as I have friends who are in law enforcement, and I have close and dear friends who are in the military, who are veterans. You're not a hero. Even being in a war zone doesn't make you a hero. So teachers aren't heroes. And we have got to stop this cotton picking, titling and labeling of everybody who's involved in this current viral outbreak as being a hero. It's got to stop. Do your darn job, okay? Do your job. But stop expecting to be applauded as a hero. I drive by one of the local care centers in the town that I live in, and there's signs all over the place. Heroes work here. No, heroes don't work there. They're just doing their job. And the more we use that terminology, the more we have to recognize there's a couple things going. One, we're demeaning every real hero that's ever lived in the United States or served the nation in any way. You think about these guys who have run into hellfire to rescue a downed comrade, a downed fellow soldier, downed fellow Marine. Think about the people during Pearl Harbor who literally went in the face of massive onslaught of Japanese torpedo bombers and fighter planes and whatnot, and literally stood there knowing that they were going to die to try and shoot down those planes to protect their friends, or dived into the water to rescue drowning sailors, knowing that there's a very high likelihood that they themselves were either going to be shot while they were doing it or drowned while they were doing it. That's heroic. That's heroic. But there's something else going on here. And I mentioned this in the previous video that I did. Calling somebody a hero over and over and over again is setting up this false expectation of what it means to be a hero. And they're doing that because we can now lift these people up and put them on a pedestal and say, if you want to be a good citizen, if you want to be a good comrade, be like these people. And I've seen that played out with pictures of people wearing masks and facial coverings and saying heroes at work, heroes in the community. No, following like a sheep doesn't make you a hero. It makes you a sheep. You want to know who the heroes are in our culture right now? Heroes in the state of Minnesota are Arvina McFarquhar is a hero. Lisa Hansen of the Interchange is a hero. Lisa Monet Zarza of the Alibi is a hero. Brad of the Poorhouse is a hero. There are thousands of people in the state of Minnesota. Out of millions, there are thousands who are going out and risking ridicule. They're risking losing their jobs. They're risking being harassed. And in the case of a athletic club, a workout center here in the state of Minnesota, there was a manager who heroically took down a potential gunman when he was upset that people inside of the club weren't wearing masks. That man is a hero. Great personal risk to himself. He disarmed a madman, a radical pro-mask brown shirter, to keep him from potentially shooting and killing people who weren't wearing masks. If you want to use the word hero or heroes, use it the way it was intended to be used, but don't use it as a propaganda piece. Don't use it to set up a false standard of what it means to be a good citizen. Doing your job doesn't make you a hero. Doing genuinely heroic things in the face of great danger, and the great danger is not facing down a virus that has better than a 98% survival rate. If you want to be a true hero, resist tyranny. You want to be a true hero? Stand up to tyrants. Want to be a true hero? Fight against the radical social justice agenda and put your job at risk for saying, look, no, I'm not going to agree to this just to keep my job. That's heroic. That's what it means to be a hero in the United States today. And I will be damned if I call you a hero for sitting in the safety of your home and doing what you're supposed to be doing and getting paid for it. We don't need any more heroes like that. We need heroic patriots. We need heroic constitutionalists. Sic semper tyrannis.